Uce, tell me why the sky's blue. Tell me why this money is green. Now Lord, please, tell me why I do these things to make tea. Now yeah, let me. They kick me out of church, cause I just don't listen. Always fall asleep when the preacher is preaching. Not my fault, I do love God, but on Saturday nights I be all up on God.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the Uce Podcast, your number one podcast that helps you pass time. And how do we do that? We do that by inviting my Usos live. The difference. Welcome back. Welcome to the Uce Podcast, bro.
Yeah, how's it going, brother? Puni Moa in the house.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not familiar with the voice or even the avatar, my man, the difference is his partner Queen out there for their podcast. Let's talk about it. But right now, man, I just wanted to bring my Uce up here, just talk stories and just give our own personal opinions on whatever's going on in this world, because that's what a podcast is all about, man. So today's topic, we're gonna be dive right into the lovely world of entrepreneur. As I was telling the difference, you tend to see a lot of the positive vibe, promoting the power of social entrepreneur. But then I came across one of this feed, and it was the same thing. Just Robert Kiyosaki talking about how he invests his money and how he goes about things. And it's a lot more easier for me to just play the clip and just have a conversation with the difference to see what we want to say about it. For those who are new to the channel, we have quite a few episodes. What we do at Uce, we basically we like to invite small business owners, entrepreneurs, content creators, and also those with great careers, man. You know what I'm saying? To shine a light on our coconuts, especially our future generation. And also because Puni Moa is just simply curious. Just likes to ask a lot of questions on stuff that I'm not familiar with. Why, Uce? Why, Uce?
Want to be rich? Don't be an employee.
Okay.
You want to be rich? Be an entrepreneur. But it's a choice. Employees have to save money, get out of debt, buy a house,
Right.
and invest in the stock market. I don't touch any of that stuff. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I don't have to.
Okay.
I'm an entrepreneur. I buy the gold mine. I get the gold. I buy the silver mine. I buy the real estate. I buy the hotels. I do not save dollars. I use debt to buy real estate.
Right.
I pay no taxes legally.
Yeah.
And I save gold and silver.
This is interesting right here. I just want to know your thoughts on just watching that reel right there. Difference? What is your take on it?
So my take on what Robert Kiyosaki was doing, saying is that he's buying properties with debt. What he's doing from the get-go, from the start, is he's purchasing gold and silver.
Mm-hmm.
Gold and silver isn't like how the U.S. dollar is. It goes up and down. According to our inflation, our U.S. dollars, just pretty much depleting. But with gold and silver, it doesn't. It grows, and it doesn't devalue. So Robert Kiyosaki was saying that he's buying it with debt, because he's investing in gold and silver, which makes a lot of sense. I'm not an expert on when it comes to investing. I haven't really gotten to buying gold and silver yet. I'm thinking about pretty much rolling my IRA and purchasing that in the near future. But, I wouldn't say near future. I'd rather do it, sometime soon, because the way inflation's affecting our currency now these days, people really need to open their eyes to that.
Good. I kind of took the same route too, but what made me go left field is just reading the comments. I'm finding myself tend to read the comments to see other people's input on it. And the one that stood out to me is the one that I really want to talk about, because this person said that I'm not trying to advocate against entrepreneurship, but all of these videos fail to highlight the hardship of entrepreneurs. They show you the polished, the finished product, and speak on the benefits, but rarely do you have about the level of responsibilities, the 7-day work weeks, the 15-hour days, and the financial challenges, etc. Versus being an employee is much easier. but at the end of the day, we should just do what's right for ourselves and what makes us happy. In other words, because this is what in the beginning of the video, Robert's saying, something about, do you want to be an employee or do you want to work for yourself? And that's where the whole comment came from, bro. And that's what I wanted to talk about, you know? Yes, these are those kind of videos and every other ones. Not that I'm talking bad about the video. It's just, to me, it's just like, you know what? Yeah, I never came across a lot of feed that talks about the struggle of it, man. And that's what I want to talk about. The difference is just pretty much shedding a light. You know, have you ever experienced something like that in the business? I'll let you go first, and then I can go ahead and put in my sense, you know, my opinion on it.
Okay. Well, yeah, whoever wrote that comment, you know, I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm not going to argue against, you know, their opinion or point of view. They're coming from that mindset of an employee, you know. Exactly. You take the safest route, you know, you work 5 to 7 days a week, 14, 16 hours a day. If you're comfortable with it, then sure, you know, go at it. But entrepreneurship, yes, there are pros and cons that comes with entrepreneurship. Now, that person is talking through a lens of a customer, you know.
Correct.
And, you know, consumers are pretty much the biggest, you know, group of people out there, you know. And entrepreneurship, you start off, you really want to start off small. And being an entrepreneur, you're able to create that flexible time, but you have to provide a product and a service. And, you know, you become your own boss. You know, the employee, they're pretty much working for a boss. You know, that's the difference between that. And some folks are comfortable, you know, just being that consumer. Then you have people that really want to, they have dreams, you know, they have that vision that they don't want to be an employee anymore. So what they do is they get themselves involved, or they have these great ideas, you know, this great vision, pretty much start something, you know, that may be an impact, you know, in somebody's life. So they'll start off their own business, and, you know, it takes that motivation, you know, to do it. And pretty much I give them all that credit because, you know, they came up with the idea. They want to provide that product and service for, you know, for people out there. And in time when, you know, as an employee, you know, you move into that second quadrant, you know, it's actually from Robert Kiyosaki's book, where he has like the 4 quadrants: the employee, it's S is self-employed. You know, you get into that self-employment, it's pretty much like entrepreneurship. The top is B for big business. And for big business, you have to have 500 or more employees with, you know, qualify as a big business. And the lower part of that quadrant is I for investor, where investor is, you know, you invest your money to make more money because now you have an asset. So that's the difference between an employee. Employees, you know, they're paying the entrepreneur for a product and service. And a self-employed person, that entrepreneur, you know, they're raking in the profits, but at the same time, they have that overhead. You know, like I said, everything's wrapped up in one. In their, you know, they're the CEO, the CFO, they do marketing and all that stuff. But it becomes a headache over time where that self-employed person will have to hire people, you know, to do some of that work, to alleviate stress on his back. So it goes on, and then you move on to investor, because you're going to have people want to invest. And that's a drawback with entrepreneurship. You're going to have some investors who want to invest into your company, but the product that you might provide, it may not be good for the economy at the time. So they may lose money. You might piss off the investor. So, but the thing is, I try to tell people, you know, I've come across people in my walks of life when they used to ask me questions like, how much do you make at, you know, your job? And I would have to stop them right there. I'll tell them, I don't make any money at my job. I earn money. I don't make it. The company makes money off of me. I'm the asset. I'm the liability. And in order to make money in this world in entrepreneurship, you know, you have to have an asset.
Yes.
No such thing as making money at work. You're earning money. You're pretty much a slave. So that's the difference between the employee and, you know, entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, you make the money, but you have to provide a service and a product. Employee, you're the consumer.
Just real quick, this is just off topic for the ones that are watching us on YouTube and Facebook. Those are the only two places that you can actually watch our video podcasts. You see that the different has an avatar on. When you see guests of the Uce Podcast come on and they have an avatar, understand that they have. It's not that they're trying to hide their face. They are, yes, in a way, because of their career or the career that they're in. So just for, security purposes and stuff like that. As y'all know in social media, a lot of companies and corporations like to get on, content creators as they blow up, and they don't like them using their names or whatever. Not that any of the special guest hosts that are sitting in the Uce are coming in and talking blasphemy on their companies, but nope. That's the reason why, just in case of those that are looking like, why does he got an avatar on? But anyways, going back to where I was going to answer the question of like, the bad, the ugly of this whole part. Yeah, that is correct. The person that wrote this comment is for me and Queen. We're spending countless hours off besides our regular job, the 40 hours that we work a week. It requires pretty much a full-time attention, off the clock, dedication, commitment. It's a struggle. It's a stress sometimes because you got to do a lot of research. Entrepreneurs, you find yourself actually becoming somebody that, or even a field that you weren't planning to do, like for this whole content creator stuff. I never found myself sitting down and being a journalist. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, that's what a podcast is almost pretty much, right? Difference being a journalist.
Exactly. Yeah.
I've never seen myself doing that, or even being a editor. Video editing, sound engineering, as far as like editing the sounds. So countless hours of just studying on or researching through YouTube, through reading books, and through just Googling, just any kind of place just to get information to get to where we're at takes a lot of time. And Queen always likes to say vertical alignment. Sometimes in the entrepreneur world, there is no such thing as balance to get success, because sometimes you got to be all in or not. You know what I'm saying? If that makes any sense.
You can't have success without failure.
Without failure, correct. And there's a lot of failures in this entrepreneur road. Everybody that, that's why you hear that crab mentality. It is true. Those that you think that has your back when it comes to this kind of stuff, when you're actually going out there, they're actually the one looking at you, laughing at you like you're a clown, like you're an idiot, until they see the success grow. Then they come around. And I don't hold nothing against the people like that. It's just you got to understand, we're all human. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing something out of the box, out of the ordinary in your own circle, I can see why people look at you like, dude, you're an idiot, or like, dude, you're just doing another thing that's gonna fail. And that's what entrepreneurship is to me. The failures of it, man. If you're able to have a thick chest, I guess, or able to just take the criticism and the mockery and the laughter and just keep pushing forward, then you can succeed at this. You know what I'm saying? I just only want to talk about my personal experience on it. And then the person talked about finance. Yeah, you got to have money, dude. You got to have money, whatever you spent, man. I spent easily 30. I'm not going to. I spent about a few, money out there. Fuck it. 30,000. You know what I'm saying? 30,000 plus, bro. And there was no ROI, no return of investment. Lost all that money. But again, as Queen mentions it, I turned the money that I spent on that, I was able to gain knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because the knowledge able to get me to get to where we're at right now. So in other words, you got to spend the money, spend the time. And if you want to get there faster, whatever entrepreneurship that you're into, you gotta spend the time, man, if that makes any sense.
That financial loss was pretty much a business loss for you. Yeah.
It's a business loss, but I gained knowledge. Like I was able to, it helped me, because some other business people that I've met or even partner up with, it took them 10 years because they were very, it's not that they're being cheap, just they didn't have the financial means to pay for something like what I paid for. You know what I'm saying? And I went it the wrong way, because sometimes too, when you're too eager and hungry and you don't like to take advice, you're going to fail, so. That's my take on the difference,
Yeah, that
trying
was
to
a good
share the
idea.
comment on it, man.
Yeah, that was I understand that, the disadvantages and the cons to entrepreneurship. It's always going to come down to money. That's you know, you, when you start a new business, you're going to need money to make money.
Hmm.
And for those who are getting into business for themselves, I'm a big cheerleader for these folks. I just tell them that just put your head down, into the ground and just go forward. Just keep on digging and digging and digging. And the moment you spring up from that ground, you know where you're at, and hopefully it's not at the starting line.
Hmm.
So just move forward. The biggest critics in starting a business or your own, entrepreneurship business is always going to be family,
Hmm.
your family and friends. They're going to be the biggest critics, and that's a solid noise. And if you have that motivation and if you have tough skin, you know, just you know, just be motivated. Have that mindset to move forward. Prove them wrong. You know, challenge yourself. Challenge what they tell you. You don't want to be that wuss that's going to like just roll up in a fetal position and just piss all over yourself. Just drive forward. And if you don't know about what you want to get into or what kind of business you want to start, find a person that's an entrepreneur. Find somebody that's successful that's doing it,
Yeah,
because that's the only way you can learn, and you can't do it on your own. Find someone to be your mentor. Rub shoulders with the people who are successful. Because the four friends that you hang around with, I guarantee you're doing the same thing that they're doing. That's really nothing. You want to be a doctor? Go rub shoulders with the doctor.
that's
Get to
true.
pick their brains. Ask questions. Have a set of questions that you want to have. That you want to ask them. None of the questions you're going to be asking are be stupid. So, and you're going to find some of them that want to pretty much keep that secret of their success to themselves. But there are a lot of them out there. So just don't quit. It's going to be a financial burden at first, but you know what? You're doing something. Like you said, Puni Moa, that financial loss, you gain some wisdom.
Hmm.
And like I said, you can't have success without failure. So anyone that wants to start a business, go for it. All for it. Do your research. Uh, find somebody. Have somebody be your mentor, someone to show you the ropes, that's seen the failures, and they're going to teach you what they went through, so you wouldn't have to, hit that roadblock like they did.
If you enjoy our content, we ask you to please follow us, subscribe to our channel, and spread the news to your friends and family if you find value in our content. We are not sponsored by anybody. We are accepting sponsorship. But for the meantime, we have put together merchandise that we sell on our website at Uce.com. Anything that you purchase will help keep this running. You have a Uce in you. Now let's get back to it. There are going to be a lot of those that are not going to share information, but I can tell you one thing is the ones that don't want to share information, they're pretty much right there at you. They haven't reached success, because a lot of the ones that are successful are the ones that are willing to share the information. That's just at least from from my lenses and my experience. The ones that tend to, that's how it is, man. So just understand, listeners, that they're being an entrepreneur. Yes, there's a lot of work to do. You got, and for me, the conclusion with this video and this comment, especially this person that left this comment, is the reason why you see a lot of positive vibe out there, because once you achieve it, man, even if you haven't achieved it, like for me and Queen, we haven't been able to quit our 9 to 5. But our little milestones that we reach, our little goals that we always write down and we achieve it, man, that's why you see a lot of positive short clips coming out of the Uce. You know what I'm saying? Because that's showing our progress. So that's why you see more of the progress and positive when it comes to videos, when it comes to entrepreneurs.
Oh yeah. On top of starting your own entrepreneurship business, you gotta make those connections, and that's it. Keep those connections. And sometimes down the road, you may need those the folks that you reach out to, to help you start something. They may not help you, right now, but down the road you may need to call them again. So keep the connections and all that. Keep their
Correct.
numbers
Hmm.
and reach out to them.
That's the
You find
conclusion.
somebody else, you find other people that are going to share, the same dream or maybe the same drive that you have. Stick with those people. Those are the ones that you want to be around. You don't want to be around your drug buddies over the weekend.
And then, you already covered it, but can you mind breaking that down for those that are curious again, when it comes to entrepreneur, what Robert was talking about, the little T thing, the difference of it. Can you break that one more time? Because this is how you can find out which one do you rather be. Do you want to consider to be an employer, or you want to become eventually an entrepreneur?
Okay. Well, I suggest anybody that's getting an entrepreneurship, read Rich Dad Poor Dad from Robert Kiyosaki. He also has another book I've read years back. It's called The Business of the 21st Century. I read that one too. But in Rich Dad Poor Dad, he has they have the 4 quadrants. It's pretty much like if you're gonna write on a piece of paper, not a cross, but like a huge plus sign. And what he has listed in those 4 quadrants starts with E. E is employee. That's you. You are the consumer. You're the one buying the products, and you're working for an employer. And under E would be the letter S, and that's for self-employed. That's where people who get into their own practice, like a dentist that has his own practice, a doctor, but he's pretty much a small entrepreneur that's his business. It's all rolled up into one because he's the owner. He's a CEO, CFO. He's a marketing guy. He's yada, yada, yada. And on the right-hand side of that quadrant, top will be B, is big business. Now, if you want to be in the big business, as your self-employed business is growing, you're going to need to hire people. And to qualify as a big business, you have to have 500 or more employees. And you're going to have a huge overhead. And under that B for big business is going to be the letter I, that's for investor, where you have this money where you can invest into other companies or businesses where your money grows from there. So which quadrant do you want to be in? E, S, B, or I?
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. You make that decision. Oh, there's one more topic I want to bring up, man. Tell you, Uce, did you know that Apple, specifically the Siri, did you know that Apple had the, what are they called? Harry Potter's, you know how they have the magicians and all that kind of stuff? They be like the voice the man. Yeah, the wizards.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently if you say Lumos, you got to say, hey Siri, and then you say Lumos, it'll turn on your iPhone light. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? Let me see right here. Check this out. Hey Siri.
Mm-hmm.
Lumos.
Okay. I turned flashlight on.
I just watch this, and then you can turn it off too by saying, "Hey Siri,
Mm-hmm.
Knox." You see that, Uce?
Yeah.
And then one more that they have on is, "Hey Siri, Asia TikTok." You see that? Wait. Hey Siri, say Ufa.
Now my phone was answering that.
Oh, let me press the button right here. See, that way they can check this out. Osseo TikTok. See later. It just showed up the app.
Sorry.
Osseo. I just figured I'd bring that up, bro.
I'll give it a try off the air.
What you think, Goose? That's pretty tight though, right?
What kind of fuckery is this?
I can be like, so that way I don't gotta, I'll be like, You see right here. I don't know if the light's in the way.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey Siri, Ocio YouTube. Fayasing slow Siri, man. Tell it bad advertisement, man. But it doesn't work though. I seen it on TikTok. There's all these like videos, man. The phones, bro. My question is, man, with this whole thing, dude. Somebody mentioned it at work.
There's a conspiracy right there. It's listening to everything we're saying.
Oh, nailed it. You nailed it.
I know it, man. I'm telling you, TikTok, that's Chinese Communist Party stuff right there.
Let's talk about it, Uce. What you mean, bro? Go ahead, man. Speak your thoughts, bro. What you mean, bro?
That's a topic for another day. Everyone's gonna think that we're TikTok's gonna ban us.
Hey, TikTok don't ban us, man. But shoot, that's why I kind of feel the way I feel, man. If the government decides to shut TikTok down in the U.S., go for it. It's either way, we're still going to survive when it comes to the Wahoo's. You know what I mean?
That's the talk I've been hearing too at work.
Mm-hmm.
The water cooler talk in the break room, but talk about TikTok being banned and I said, those Facebook is just as worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I truly feel, man. I feel like Zuckerberg and who's the other one? Whoever the YouTube people are, any of the social media that has to do with America, yeah, they're the ones that are hating. I believe that's what it is, and they're funding a lot of money to the U.S. government to shut them down because they're taking away the business.
Well, you know what's going on with Australia and New Zealand, right?
Nope. What's going on?
Yeah, they're getting on that little global censorship of X and Rumble.
What does that mean?
They want to shut down. They want Rumble. It's a platform, similar to YouTube.
To the YouTube, you showed
and X, formerly known as Twitter. They want both platforms censored.
Okay.
So when people are talking about truth, the ones over there who want to censor are the ones who call it misinformation or disinformation. So they're saying that the truth is always coming out on these platforms, but these governments, across, the Atlantic, Pacific, they don't want that, because the way I see it, I've read a lot about Australia that they've kind of become full commie.
Communism, okay.
Yeah. And you see countries like France. They've tried to censor Rumble countless times. Now I'm here in Germany jumping on board to censor them too. So, you don't want the truth out there. And when the truth is out there, they turn around and say, that's not the truth, that's misinformation. So, I feel that you should let the people decide.
I think that's the power of social media.
Mm-hmm.
That every country, they can't stop it. It's like Bitcoin. You know how every country trying to stop Bitcoin, but it's one of them things. It's kind of like a virus. Once it's out there, it spreads, and it's going to be interesting. There's all this thing about the whole U.S. with the TikTok thing, the Rumble, and X out there in the UK, in the
before X's censorship. Remember, Twitter wasn't censored in these countries because, Jack Dorsey, who was the CEO of Twitter at the time, they censored conservative speech, conservative voices.
Yes.
But the moment Elon Musk bought Twitter, he made it a free speech platform. Now people got to speak up again. People got to voice the truth, in their videos and what's really going on. But now these countries are really upset about it, where they want to censor it. They don't want you to know what's really going on, in their backyard.
Now I understand the whole what's really going on, but the other ones them stupid ass ones, they need to be censored. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Well, they don't want to do that because they want to gaslight you.
Mm-hmm.
And, you see a lot of gaslighting that's going on, and you see it in the media. The media is the biggest. It's the biggest propaganda machine out there. And it's funny how, someone asked me what's gaslighting. I said, well, gaslighting is just a way to lie more. So gaslighting is, I would put it as just like, you lie often and you lie confidently. So the more you lie, the people are going to start turning around and accepting it as, oh, so that's true because he keeps on saying it over and over again. And when you have the 5 major news networks in this country saying the same thing, it's kind of funny how they all get the script.
Yeah.
If you ever go on YouTube, like the news media, you see 5 different networks: ABC, NBC, CNN, CBS,
Fox.
and it's funny. It's funny how everyone has the same verbiage. ABC will say, he killed a dog. Then you go to the next one, he killed a dog. They all say the same thing, same sense. Sometimes they turn it around, but it's the same thing over and over again. It's like they all were given the script. Yeah. So that's gaslighting right there. So if you go on ABC, you hear the same thing. You go on NBC, you hear the same thing. Yeah, that's the way gaslighting. So you got to keep on lying, lie confidently, and lie often.
Be aware of your surroundings, guys. That's pretty much what we're saying, dude. Be aware, read a lot. Be a judge of whatever you're into and stuff. Cause
stay off Google. Google. I would suggest people go on DuckDuckGo, which is a good search engine. They put out the good stuff and all that. Google's just because everyone's conditioned to just go straight to Google to on their search engine. But DuckDuckGo is a good one to go to. I try to stay away from YouTube, but there are things on Rumble that YouTube has that Rumble doesn't, so I'll switch back and forth, but I'm mostly on Rumble.
Hey, if you're enjoying our content, man, we need a favor. We need y'all to subscribe to our channels, the ones in YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. We are working on trying to get 500 to 1,000. Actually, we're trying to get 1,000 and plus subscribers, and only you, our listeners, can help us get that. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you for tuning in. And if you also like the special guest host that we bring on, and if you know of somebody, go ahead and share the message, man. Have them contact us to our homepage, our website, which is thewhyuce.com. We'll leave all that in the description. Right now, we're not sponsored by anybody. We are accepting sponsorship. At the meantime, what we're doing is we have some merch that we have on our website that you can purchase to help support us, to help us continue on this movement and our platform. You know what I'm saying? Bringing our folks, our coconuts. Right now, we're starting with our Polynesian Samoans. But, man, if you're Tongan, Micronesians, Fijian, all the Polynesian, don't be shy, y'all. Reach out to us, man. We'd love to have y'all on. You know what I'm saying? Share the light, brother. But the difference, do you have anything that you want to add on to before we go ahead and call it a day?
Thank you for inviting me onto your platform. Pray and wish for the best for, give thanks to everyone out there that's willing to support you guys. So that's about it, brother.
Man, appreciate it. The difference. Yep. That's all we got, man. This is Puni Moa, The Difference, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.
Wow.